Welcome to another episode of Roll Up a Poet. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured. Alright? Now what we here on today, Mr. Roll Up? Rapper pulls a gun out his butt inside a police van and shoots an inmate after beef. Lawsuit filed. Alright, let's get into it.
Suspected gun smuggler Louis Soto walked into Mount Vernon court Friday night under heavy security. Only Pix 11 was there for his second trip in front of Judge Tamika Cloverdale in 24 hours.
He does pose an extreme flight risk.
Thursday, the same judge ordered him to the county lockup for child sex abuse charges. Soto was then handcuffed and loaded into this prisoner transport van with four other prisoners by Mount Vernon police officers. Remarkably, sources say Soto managed to stash a .22 caliber revolver in his buttocks the entire time, and while en route to jail, allegedly shot a fellow prisoner in the leg.
The officers reported hearing a single gunshot from the rear of the van. The officers immediately returned to police headquarters where additional department personnel assisted in safely offloading the prisoners.
The Mount Vernon Police Department in Westchester County launching a joint investigation into how Soto slipped the gun past so many layers of security since his arrest October 15th. Sources say it's possible he had it hidden on him in the courtroom too.
So all them times they never patted him down, that weapon was still on him. That's unresponsible, unacceptable.
Outrage from the community as the department overhauls its search protocol for all inmates again.
Y'all be careful out here, man. Just because you go to jail don't mean no motherfucking.
Alright? Nah. Before I keep this off, I stole that story from Truth Them. I stole that story from Truth Teller. You know what I'm saying? He covered a lot of Chicago politics. You know, he from Chicago, but he also covered, different areas. But he mainly based on covering Chicago politics. Go check out his commentary if you want to hear what he had to say about the situation. But this the Roll Up a Poem channel. You know what I'm saying? So give y'all my commentary. How about that? All right. Nah, I might be a little off because, I didn't got fried or desire. How about that? All right? Nah, let's get into it. First thing first, right? The guy that got shot, he filed a lawsuit. And he gonna win because as an inmate, you supposed to be protected, from weapons and things like that, and especially from another inmate causing you harm by a weapon. So that lawsuit he filed is gonna be very justified, and he gonna win, and he probably gonna win a couple $1,000,000 off of that. On top of that, they probably released him as well. So whoever the guy was that got shot, it was his day. He got lucky. You know what I'm saying? How about that? All right. Now, let's move on. Let's get back to the guy that did the actual shooting. So from what they saying is that he possibly had this gun while he was in court as well. So if you ask me what I think how all of this went, I think that he had a court hearing, he went to court, and he ended up going to jail. With that being said, he came to court with that gun stashed in his butt. You know what I'm saying? So he probably knew he was going to jail, and he had that gun on. Here's the part that got me fucked up, right? Because when they take you into custody, they do a thorough search on you, thorough. You know what I'm saying? But this in New York. So, they probably had some officers that wasn't on key, wasn't on point, wasn't taking care of business, whatever the case was. But when they take you into custody, they have you stretch your arms out, stretch your legs out, have you turn around and squat, cough, hold your balls, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see how the hell that happened. A gun that did. I can see if it was some drugs tucked in his butt, but a gun, I don't know how the fuck that got past them, but it did. Most of the time when they do a search on you, they weigh that wine on you. because they know guys be having little knives and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So after they search you, they'll weigh that wine on you just to make sure you don't got nothing, no needles, anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So again, whoever was the arresting personnel, they wasn't on their job. You know what I'm saying? So they is about to get dealt with. You know what I'm saying? And they about to cause the justice system a lot of money behind this lawsuit, right? All right. Now, with all that being said, let me tell y'all why I think he came with this gun in the first place. Well, his name is Santos. He a rapper from New York. Everybody know how New York get down. It's a gang banging is state. You know what I'm saying? With him being a rapper from there, 9 times out of 10, he probably was dishing on his ops. You know what I'm saying? Now he being brought to court on child charges. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I mean. Whatever he did with a child, he got a child case. You know what I'm saying? So not only is he a rapper, from the trenches, probably dissing on people, now he going to jail for a damn child case. So he know that them niggas gonna get on his ass in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? So his defense mechanism is, all right, I'm about to try and get this gun in here, and I get this bitch in here, I'm gonna blow somebody to let everybody know I'm not playing. Because with jail politics, everything that happened behind the walls, everybody know what's going on. The minute you get them cuffs put on you, everybody behind the walls know everything about you, and you gonna know everything about them. That's just how it go. When you enter into that world, you a part of that world, right? So even with this guy and the other, 3 or 4 inmates that was on this transporting van, to go to the county jail or wherever they was taking them, even with that ride, the inmates in jail know what the fuck happened in that van ride. How is that? Because it was other inmates in the van. And they gonna tell everybody when they get to the jail. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, the other inmates, they on the bus. When they get to the jail, they gonna let everybody know, hey, that guy Santos, he crazy. You know what I'm saying? While we was on the bus, that nigga upped the gun out his ass cheeks and shot dog. You know what I'm saying? He crazy as hell. And that's the type of persona that I think this guy Santos is trying to impersonate. Damn, did I use that word right? Well, y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. I think that the guy Santos is trying to use that image, you know what I'm saying, as a him in jail. Like, hey, y'all better not fuck with me. I'm crazy. You know what I'm saying? Even though it ain't no guns in jail, but I find a weapon to kill you with. Y'all see, I had a damn gun stashed in my ass, and I shot one of my ops on the bus. You know what I'm saying? Those are my thoughts. That's the only thing that make any type of sense to me. Cause why you keystring a gun in your ass and then you shoot somebody on the transport bus? You know what I'm saying? It ain't even like y'all in the jail and 10 niggas surrounding you, and then you went and up the gun and just got to shooting. Like, you shot somebody on the damn bus. Y'all all on the bus, handcuffed up and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it couldn't have waited until y'all got to the jail. You got on that on the bus. Now, with that being said, of course, his charge is about to get upgraded now. So he went from a child case to now they about to upgrade him to like maybe an attempt murder and maybe something like a terrorist charge. Now, I'm not saying that that's exactly what he gonna get, but it might be something of that class. Why is that? Because he endangered everybody's life on that bus, including the cops as well. You don't do nothing against cops, especially when you are in custody. You're captured. You're done. You're no longer a citizen. You don't have rights no more. You know what I'm saying? Your rights and privileges been stripped from you. You an inmate now. So if you cause harm to somebody while you are in custody, you are labeled a crazy ass motherfucker. Like, something really wrong with you. And not only did you harm somebody, you had a whole gun, not a knife or, a rope or nothing like that. You had a whole gun. You could have killed everybody on that bus. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm thinking they're gonna upgrade this shit to somewhere like around the terroristic type of charge. So now this man looking at the rest of his life in prison. All because he probably wanted to play a little defense mechanism like, hey, leave me alone because I'm really crazy for real. Well, that crazy shit about to turn your ass into a life sentence in prison. You know what I'm saying? And you about to cause the system a lot of money behind this lawsuit. So his restitution is about to be through the roof. His restitution might be a couple $1,000,000. What is restitution? Restitution is basically a fine that the system charge you to pay them for their time, for them dealing with you, for whatever crime you committed, and them having to put you away and taking you back and forth to court, and just the way how they feel about things. It's called restitution, meaning you got to pay the state back whatever it is they want you to pay them. You know what I'm saying? So his restitution about to be through the roof. Now, how is they gonna get the restitution out of him? Well, whatever money anybody seeing him, they take a percentage of that shit. So if his people seeing him $100, I think they take like 50% of it. So that means they take about $50. You know what I'm saying? If he working a job in prison, if he making $30 a month, they gonna take 15 of that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the percentage is with that restitution shit, they gonna get it out of him. You know what I'm saying? And he gonna spend the rest of his life in prison working off that restitution. That's just one thing he gotta deal with. He also gonna have officers in there that ain't gonna like him because of what he did. He could have harmed other officers, the transporting officers, whatever you want to call them. He could have harmed them as well. So now the COs in prison, they're gonna be looking at this guy crazy, like, nah, man, put his ass in that turtle suit. Yeah, that's up next. He about to be in that green turtle suit. You are crazy. You keistered the gun in your ass, and then you shot somebody on a transport bus. Nah, you crazy. You're crazy. And then come to find out it was over a beef. So you knew this guy, y'all had something going on, and this was your target. You shot him. Yeah, that's because you know what's gonna happen to you when you get behind them walls. So they already got it set up for him. They about to put him in that turtle suit. They probably gonna put him in PC slash the hole, whatever you want to call it. He might be there for a minute, but it's gonna come a point in time when they gonna put him back in general population, and the goons gonna get on his ass. They gonna be extorting him. In prison it's called squeezing. You know what I'm saying? They gonna squeeze the hell out of him. You know what I'm saying? They gonna fuck him up, all type of shit. And then you got the Diamonds and the Green Miles in there that find out that he originally in there for messing with a child. So they gonna get on his ass too. So really him keistering his gun and doing all of that fucked him over. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit ended his life. Because whatever his child case was, I don't know what it was. It probably could have been something where he probably could have did a couple of years or 10 years or whatever the case is and could have got out. But since he done did this, since lockup, he ain't going nowhere. You a threat to society and you a threat to the system. Once you become a threat to the system don't let you go, man. They don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being for real. So y'all can forget about Buddy, man. He just ruined his life, all trying to prove a point to inmates before he even make it to them. Hey, I'm crazy. Don't play with me. But little do you know, the justice system is gonna play with your ass for real. They about to give you all day and some. How about that? It's been another episode of Roll Up a Poet. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured.